Rio de Janeiro is a very big city. It is amazing, but I have to be honest. You need to be smart here. Rio is not a war zone, but it is a complex place. To give you an idea about the size, Rio is more than 460 square miles. This means Rio is much bigger than Chicago or Madrid. Most tourists think everything is close, but it's not. Sometimes you will spend 1 hour in traffic, and in Rio, traffic is not just boring. It can also be a safety problem if you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. If you are coming to Rio, you'll probably have three big questions. First, which area is actually safe to stay? Second, how do I move around without ending up in a dangerous place by mistake? And third, is 1 week enough to see the real city? In this video, I will tell you the truth. No filters. I live here, so I will give you the real insider information. We will start with the airport and the dangerous roads. Then we will talk about the neighborhoods. I will show you where the good spots are and which places are no-go zones. We will also talk about real prices and how to not get scammed. Chapter 1: The Arrival. Most international flights arrive at GIG, Galeão International Airport. Listen to me, your safety starts at the moment you walk out of the terminal. After you pass immigration, you will go to the arrivals area. Be careful here, don't take the first taxi that someone's offer you at the door. These guys are often waiting for fresh tourists to charge 3 times more. If you want to save money and stay safe, you have two options. Option 1, Uber. It works well, but at Galeão Airport, you must go to the departures floor upstairs to wait for your car. Option 2, the blue taxis, radio taxis. They are safer and have a fixed price. You pay at the desk inside the airport before you leave. It is the best choice if you have many bags and want zero stress. Now let's talk about the road from the airport to your hotel. It is called Linha Vermelha. This is a very important highway, but I have to tell you the reality. It can be dangerous. You will see big grey walls on the side of the road. They are there to block the noise, but also to hide the favelas and to protect the cars from stray bullets if there is a fight between the police and the gangs inside. Sometimes criminals block the road to rob many cars at once. We call this a arrastão. It doesn't happen every week, but it is a real risk. This is why I created the Real Safety Map. I marked the safe roads and the no-go zones that your GPS might try to take you through as a shortcut. If you want to move around Rio without the fear of taking a wrong turn into a conflict zone, the link for my custom map is in the description. It's the easiest way to have peace of mind. Once you are in the tourist areas, the metro is the best way to move. It is safe and has air conditioning. We have Line 1 and Line 4. They connect the downtown to the beach areas like Copacabana and Ipanema. One ticket costs 7.90 reais, about $1.50. You can just use your credit card at the gate. It's fast and you avoid the traffic jams on the streets where robberies are more common. Look for the pink car of the metro. Between 6 to 9 a.m. and 5 to 8 p.m. one car is only for women. Men, if you go inside during these hours, you will have problems with the woman and the police. Respect this rule. And what about the buses? My honest advice? Avoid the buses. The drivers drive like they are in a race. They are very crowded and they are the favorite place for pickpockets. If you are a tourist, stick to the metro or Uber. If you go to the downtown area, use the VLT. It is a modern trend and it is very safe. But pay attention, you must buy and validate your ticket at the station before you enter. If an inspector catches you without a ticket, the fine is very high. Now let's talk about where you are going to sleep. Choosing a neighborhood in Rio is like a game of chess. One wrong move and you can end up staying next to a dangerous area without knowing it. I've noticed that some people get nervous about choosing a specific hotel or have a very complex itinerary. If that is your case, I do offer a private one-on-one consultation to review everything for you personally. But for 90% of you, just following the rules of the neighborhood I'm about to show you will be enough to keep you safe. Now let's look at the iceberg of Rio's neighborhoods and find out where you should and definitely shouldn't book your stay. Now that you know how to leave the airport and move around, let's talk about the city itself. Rio is a huge place, but for a tourist, not all areas are the same. If you choose the wrong neighborhood, your vacation can become a nightmare in minutes. Chapter 2: The Real Map of Rio. I will be very honest with you about each area from the most famous to the ones you should avoid. This is the South Zone, Zona Sul. 90% of the tourists stay here. It is the most beautiful part of the city, but it is also where most pickpockets are waiting for you. Copacabana. This is the most famous beach in the world, but here's the truth. Copacabana is old and very chaotic. The reality: the buildings are from the 1950s and 60s, and the streets are always full of people. Pros: you have many hotels, many restaurants, and the metro is very close. It's very convenient. Cons: it's very busy. At night, many homeless people and pivetes, young pickpockets, walk around looking for tourists who are not paying attention. Insider tip: never ever walk on the sand of Copacabana at night. Stay on the sidewalk where the kiosks and the lights are. If you go to the dark sand at night, you will probably get robbed. Ipanema and Leblon. These are much better than Copacabana. They are cleaner, safer, and the vibe is more high class. Pros: this is the safe zone. It's perfect for watching the sunset at Pedra do Arpoador. The streets are better organized and there is more police. Cons: it's very expensive. A bottle of water or a beer here can cost double the price of other areas. Botafogo and Flamengo. I call these the insider neighborhoods. Many young travelers and digital nomads stay here. The secret: the hotels here are much cheaper than Ipanema. It is a great place to stay if you want to save money but still be close to the action. Botafogo has amazing bars and great view of the Pão de Açúcar. Important: you cannot swim in the beach in Botafogo. The water is dirty. Stay here for the price and the food, but take the metro to Ipanema if you want to go to the ocean. Next to the center, Centro and Lapa. The center is where the history of Rio is. During the day, it is safe to visit the museums and the old churches. But listen to me, after 6 p.m. and on weekends, the center becomes a ghost town. It is very dangerous. Criminals wait for tourists who get lost in the empty streets. Lapa is the party area. It's famous for the white arcades and the samba. It's a lot of fun, but it's also very rough. If you go to Lapa at night, go by Uber and leave by Uber. Do not walk alone in the small dark streets of Lapa. Stay where the crowd is and keep your wallet and cell phone in your front pocket. The North Zone, Zona Norte. This is the real Rio, where the working class lives and where the Maracanã Stadium is. My advice: do not stay here. It is very far from the beach and the crime rate is much higher. Unless you are going to a football match, there is no reason for a first timer to be in the North Zone. Finally, the West Zone, Zona Oeste, specifically Barra da Tijuca. People call this the Miami of Rio. It has big malls and modern buildings. Pros: it's the safest area for a family. Cons: it's very far. It can take 1 hour to get to the Pão de Açúcar or the Cristo Redentor. Also, you cannot walk to places. You need a car for everything. If you want the classic Rio vibe, don't stay in Barra. Now I need to tell you about the most dangerous mistake tourists make in Rio: the GPS trap. In Rio, a rich street can be exactly next to a dangerous community controlled by armed gangs. If you use Google Maps or Waze, the app might try to find a shortcut to avoid traffic. Never follow a shortcut that takes you up to a hill in Rio. We have a rule. If the street is getting narrow and you are going up, stop and turn back. Many tourists have been shot because the GPS took them inside a favela controlled by gangs. This is a real risk. This is why I always tell people to check my safety map. I marked the specific areas that are GPS traps so you don't make this mistake. In a city like Rio, a wrong turn can change your life. You probably wanna see a favela. It's a part of the city's soul. But don't go alone. And don't go with just any guide you find on the street. Some communities like Vidigal or Santa Marta are safer for tourists, but many others are in a constant state of war between gangs and the police. If you wanna visit a favela, find a local guide who lives there. They know the rules. For example, in many favelas, you cannot take photos of people or certain corners. If you take a photo of a drug dealer by mistake, you will have a very big problem. Here is my updated ranking for you to choose your hotel. Ipanema and Leblon. This is the gold standard. It is the best mix of beauty and safety, but it's also the most expensive area in Rio. Barra da Tijuca. This is the safest choice in the entire city. It is perfect if you are traveling with family or if you want maximum peace of mind. Just remember, it is far from the historical sites. Flamengo, a great alternative for a local vibe. It is usually quieter and cheaper than the beach areas, and it's safer for walking during the day than Botafogo right now. Copacabana, good for convenience and the classic Rio experience, but you must be alert 24/7 because of the high number of pickpockets on the street. Botafogo, amazing for bars and restaurants, but it is currently a hotspot for phone thefts. If you stay here, you must be 200% alert. My final advice for this part: if you have the budget, stay in Ipanema or Leblon. If you want the highest level of safety and don't mind using Ubers for everything, go to Barra da Tijuca. No matter where you choose, remember, in Rio, your safety is more important than saving a few dollars. Now let's move to the last part of your guide. Real prices. How to eat like a local and the survival rules for the street. Chapter 3. Eating like a local and real prices. Now let's talk about one of the best things in Rio, the food. But I'm not here to tell you about the expensive restaurants you see on TripAdvisor. I wanna show you how a real carioca eats and how you can save a lot of money by avoiding the gringo tax. In Rio, the most authentic food experience is at the lanchonete. These are almost every corner in Copacabana and Ipanema. They don't look fancy, but they are the soul of the city. The insider snack. You must try a joelho, a pastry with ham and cheese, or a coxinha. The price. A snack and a guaravita should cost around 10 to 15 reais. About $2 or $3. If a place tries to charge you 50 reais for this, they think you are a sucker. Just say no and walk to the next corner. For lunch, you must look for Restaurante Aquilo. This is a Brazilian genius invention. You serve yourself at a big buffet. Meat, salad, pasta, even sushi. And you pay for the weight of your plate. Why it's good? It's fast, healthy, and you see exactly what you are eating. The real cost. In a good neighborhood, a kilo lunch should cost between 40 to 60 reais, $8 to $12. Insider tip: avoid the restaurants that don't have a scale. If they have a fixed price for tourists, it's always a bad deal. Now let's go to the beach. The beach economy in Rio has two levels. Level 1 is the kiosks on the sidewalk. They are beautiful, they have music, but they are expensive. A beer there can be 15 reais. Level 2 is the sand. On the sand, you will see people selling mate, iced tea, and biscoito globo. This is the real Rio experience. A mate on the sand should be 8 to 10 reais. The chair scam. If you rent a chair and umbrella, the price is usually 20 reais each. Some barraqueiros try to charge tourists 50 reais for a chair. Don't pay it. Ask for the price before you sit down. If they are too expensive, just walk 10 meters to the next tent. Chapter 4. Street Survival. The Art of Camouflage. This is the most important part of the entire video. I am going to teach you the survival etiquette of Rio. Most robberies happen because the tourist looks like a tourist. Your goal is become invisible to the criminals. Rule number 1. The smartphone. In Rio, your phone is the most dangerous thing you carry. It is a magnet for thieves on bicycles. The pocket rule. Your phone must stay in your pocket or your bag 100% of the time you are on the sidewalk. The safe zone. If you need to check Google Maps, call an Uber or send a text, you must go inside a place. Go into a pharmacy, a supermarket or a clothing store. Use your phone there, put it back in your pocket and then walk out. Never use your phone while waiting for an Uber on the street. Wait for the car inside the building. Rule number 2. The camouflage. If you walk around with a big professional camera, an expensive watch or a gold jewelry, you are telling the criminals, I have money, come and take it. Dress down. Locals in Rio dress very simply. Wear a t-shirt, shorts and a Havaianas, flip-flops. The gold rule. Leave your wedding ring, your Rolex and your expensive sunglasses in the hotel safe. You don't need them to enjoy the beach. If you look poor or simple, you are much safer. Rule number 3. Night mobility. Rio is a different city after the sun goes down. A street that is safe at 2 p.m. can be very dangerous at 10 p.m. Don't walk. Even if your destination is only 5 blocks away, if it's late at night, take an Uber. It costs 10 reais, $2, and it saves you from a potential robbery in a dark corner. Rule number 4. Money and ATMs. Never use an ATM on the street or in a dark area. Criminals use schemers to steal your card info, or they wait for you to walk out with the cash. Where to get cash? Only use ATMs inside big banks during business hours, or inside a high-end shopping mall or a big supermarket. They have security guards and cameras. I know this sounds like a lot of rules. You might be thinking, is Rio even worth it? The answer is yes. Rio is one of the most beautiful places on earth. The energy, the music, and the people are incredible. But you cannot be a naive tourist here. You have to be an insider. In Rio, we have a saying, não dá mole. It means don't be soft or don't show weakness. If you pay attention to your surroundings, if you keep your phone hidden, and if you use common sense, you will have the best time of your life. You will see the Cristo Redentor, you will drink caipirinhas on the beach, and you will go home with only good memories. I created this channel and the safety map because I want you to love my city as much as I do, but without the trauma of a bad experience. If you found this information useful, please subscribe and check the links in the description for my map and my private consultation. Rio is waiting for you. Be smart, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.